Alright, you guys, welcome back to AI Collectibles. Now, what I have for you is the G.I. Joe Classified B.A.T. Python Patrol. That's right, it's the Bat. So, what I'm going to do is get this guy unboxed and place accessories out in front of you, and we'll go over it. So, stay tuned. Alright, so here is the Bat out in front of you with his accessories. So we'll take a look at those. So what we have here is the backpack. As you can see, there's some like added paint features there that weren't on the original release. I'm just going to turn on a little light here so we can get a better look at the accessories. And then bump my camera. Sorry about that. So yeah, I like the extra purple or like kind of burgundy color that they added there. And then you got the Python Patrol chest piece that sits in there. What they didn't do with this release is you didn't get an extra battle damaged version of the chest piece. And then is the same as the initial release. You get the flamethrower. You get, the black. You get a black claw molded in black plastic, and then you get, I don't know if this is a laser or a drill or what it's considered, but it's got this hole in the middle for like if you wanted to add an effect. And then they did add like kind of a, I don't know, like a almost like goldish, dark brownish color there paint to the tip that they didn't do with the original release. It was just all silver plastic. And then you got his pistol. Again, molded in black plastic, but what they did, which they didn't do with the original release, is they added some yellow paint to the handle. But one thing I've noticed with these Python Patrol repaints is that the yellow paint has been pretty sloppy. Like, I don't know if you can tell there. But yeah, it's like missing, and there's definitely some slop there. And we'll go over it when we look at the figure. So here he is. I like the different highlights. Like they added the yellow and the red there for the face mask instead of the silver. So it looks pretty cool, right? And I like the burgundy. I like, how all the colors complement each other, like the yellow and the black there, the black arms, the black. They even added some red. They didn't add any of the yellow highlights that were in the original release. I'll do a comparison side by side. But yeah, I mean, it's typical if you know your Joes. I'm not really going to go through the articulation, but they got the drop down hips, which is really great for getting them in low crouches. Something that Hasbro is yet to do with any other of their lines. And then they got double jointed elbows, double jointed pinless knees. Like a lot of these Joes classifieds, since they got out of wave 1, they've been doing pinless joints unless it's required. Like this is a robot, so, but it's still pinless. Like you can't see the pin in there, right? And then the second one, even then, like this looks like a gear, but it's not a pin. Like that doesn't move. He's still pinless jointed, right? And then you have the butterfly joints, which go pretty deep forward and pretty deep back, right? So some of the paint apps, again, it's kind of annoying that they've done this. And I've noticed paint slop on the Python Patrol Vipers as well. But you can really see it in the shoulder there. They got pretty sloppy with this repaint. And it's like really bad there. Like I'm glad on the face sculpt they didn't. But I mean, even on the weapon it happened, right? And you can kind of see it on the back there. It's just gloppy. They didn't take a lot of care with that. But then, and even here, like they painted this And you can see the black spillage because this is probably molded in yellow plastic. Same with the boots. And they added black highlights. So, yeah, I love these guys. I really do love Joe Classified line. And here's the backpack, which is always nice. They do this so you can add, you can add the weapons in there. So they can carry them around, right? And they've done this for all the bats. And a lot of the Joes and Cobras in general either can hold all their accessories or have like backpacks that you can carry all their accessories in. So there he is, like fully kitted out, right, with all his extra arm accessories. And then the chest piece just clips on there. You can probably hear my dogs wrestling in the background. It's not like The Amazing where he has cats and they're quiet. No, these guys are jackasses, so I apologize if you hear the scurrying of paws and heavy breathing in the background. But anyways, yeah, that's how he looks. And then he's got his gun. Has 2 trigger hands, so the guns, like the hands are pliable enough so you can still get the gun in there. Don't worry, this isn't how I normally pose my figures. This is pretty rough. So we'll do a comparison shot with the original release bat. And this is the battle damage head, right? So, yeah, we'll try and get him looking a little more natural there. So there he is, side by side with another bat. So, as you can see, comparison-wise, they're quite different, right? Like, this has silver highlights, like the paint is, like they went through and like even did the clasps. But there's not a lot of paint spillage there. So, but they did on this, and it's like, mist lines and overage, and yeah, I mean, that's pretty disappointing. I know it's a repaint, but come on, if you're going to repaint something, repaint it properly. Right? And this guy, I love the battle damage look on heads on these guys with the little blue eye. Like, there's no slop on that paint. It looks pretty great. And then I'll pop off this chest piece. And this even has more like paint details and highlights, right? Like, let's pull this off. And you can see. Alright, where they just went red here. Here you got green, and you got yellow, and you got red, and you got some, you got an extra line in there painted, and that's like green and like kind of like a shiny green paint, where that's like a flat gray paint. Like, it's like the paint apps and everything on the first release are way better. Let's take the backpack off here and see. And that's silver. They added silver there for the gear. Whereas it's just gray and black and some sloppy yellow paint. So, and even then, like, look at the vents on the back of the helmet. It has silver. This is just flat black. So, I mean, it's still a great figure, and I like the paint scheme of it. I'm just disappointed that they didn't go full out on the paint like they did with the first release, but then added paint effects like to the tube here, right? And they added some paint effects there. They also added some paint to the handle sloppily. Oh shit, I almost dropped it. But sloppily, right? And then for another side-by-side comparison, I dropped this goggles. I'm a mess here. Sorry, guys. So here we have, let's get him situated next to him, and then we got the Python Patrol Viper, right? And again, another great figure, but man, they need to clean up this yellow paint. Like, look at the slop all over that. I keep saying sloppy paint, but it's pretty sloppy, man. Not gonna lie, like even in the helmet there, right? So, I mean, even down here on the belt, like, what is that? right? Like you couldn't paint the whole thing. So, anyways, overall, you still get the same great articulation. You know, you don't get a nice of paint apps, but you do get like a variation on it, which is really nice. So I enjoy it. I'm glad I was able to add a couple of these to the collection. I got them at Toys R Us Canada. I know they're a Target exclusive in the States, but here we get them through Toys R Us Canada. And I was pretty lucky to be able to track down 2 of this guy and 2 of this guy. And I'm done. Like, I got 6, 7, or 8 bats. So, I got another 6 regular Vipers. And then I got the 3-pack also ordered. So, this is enough for me for these. I don't need to hunt for them anymore. If I do end up coming across, I'll be helping out other local collectors with them, right? But yeah, that's my review. That's what I got for you today. So thanks for watching. Like and subscribe and hit those notification bells so you get notified when I drop videos. And I'm out of here.